So this is the extra bit after the review now, kind of real talk. First of all, you can see the footage still playing. Did you guess whose footage it was throughout of the review? I know I did use Markiplier's during the whole random selection thing, and Razbowski's for the bit, because this is like a couple of hours after now, the bit where I was like, "Oh Raz, you beautiful man." So were they the footage I was using, or were they just to mislead you? Are you still guessing? Well, we'll leave it running for this quick little section. And this is kind of the real talk section. I am very disappointed in Scott. You know, he did say it was the last FNAF, and I do honestly, genuinely believe that man does have some talent, and I do respect him quite a lot. But you know, all these people like Raz. I only despise Raz, and despise is a very strong word. I don't despise him. I've watched his content. I find some of it kind of funny, but I only really despise Raz and Dorco and all the others in the fact that they never ever criticise Scott, no matter how bad the game is, no matter how repetitive it is, no matter how tired it is. No one ever questions him. It's always just like, "Oh, you're so innovative, so creative. Oh, you beautiful man, Scotty boy, you've done it again." It's like, he hasn't. But nobody ever puts him at fault. Yet the second someone like Keiji Inafune or Sean Murray, the second they fuck up, one little fuck up from them, one tiny mistake from them, the entire internet is all over them, swarming, "You fucked up." Yet Scott, he seems to get a free pass on everything. So no, I do not hate Scott. I just want to make this very clear before anybody like attacks me in the comments. I'm not here to attack. I'm here to try and show Scott. I know he's capable of better. I know he is capable of something like Shantae or Shovel Knight if he just fucked this fandom off and just made what he wanted to make, rather than constantly being like, "Yeah, delete this shit up, I'll release one every few months." And that's what makes me despise the fandom or despise Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, I do enjoy some aspects of Five Nights at Freddy's. I do enjoy some of the backstory when it's not being pulled out of MatPat's arse. I do like some of the designs. I do love Funtime Foxy. He is my favourite design. You know, if you were going to say to me like, "Oh, which animatronic would you have as Halloween?" or "If we were in that world, which animatronic would you want to be put inside?" I would say Funtime Foxy. I do genuinely like Foxy and his design. I don't completely hate it. The fandom itself, it's quite toxic. I have spoken to one of the most toxic people. I will not name names, but I have spoken to someone before all of the William Afton stuff come out, before anybody knew that William Afton was the purple guy. I passingly made a joke that Phone Guy is purple guy, and this particular individual fucking blew their lid. Like, we're talking full on triggered meme, skip 1 to 1,000 in an instant, and was just ranting at me like, "How fucking dare you, we've data mined this, I am the top 5 nights data miner, Phone Guy is not purple guy, I fucking data mine it." And it went super triggered, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I know that they're not all 10-year-olds, and not all of you act like that. I just want to make that clear. I know you're not all 10-year-olds, I know you don't all act like that, but it does seem that the majority of people that do leave comments, or mainly the majority of people that do leave the negative comments, aren't constructive in the way of like, "I think you're wrong for these reasons." The ones that do leave the comments like on I Hate Everything's comeback, where there was just that one guy that's like, I will shit on your head and shove an endoskeleton up your ass. It's like clearly a child. So I imagine a lot of dislikes on that. But yeah, I don't completely hate this fandom. I don't completely hate the games, but I would like to see him do better. You know, even me myself, I feel like I'm not a game designer. I'm not a game programmer. I can't program them. But in terms of like directing, if I was in Sean Murray's shoes, for example, and I was just the director, I could direct a better Five Nights. And you know, the joy of creation, I feel like the joy of creation is a better game than the originals, because you're actually running around in a 3D space avoiding the animatronics. whereas, you know, in all of the games, including this one, it's a point-and-click adventure with a couple of jump scares, but with like the joy of creation, you're in a physical 3D world, the animatronic is physically chasing you, you can hide under desks, it's more engaging, it's far more engaging. So even though I'm not a programmer, as like a director, I could easily direct Scott and be like, dude, you should make a 3D game, you should do this, this and this, and you know, we could make something really good there, trust me on that. So yeah, that's just before everybody everybody listens to this and is like, right, we're gonna fucking get Spyro, how dare he dislike it. No, I dislike it because I'm disappointed in the man, because I know that this game was unfinished. Like, I feel like you could have had so much more, you could have had something so much better. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And if you have already disliked the video and you're about to leave your comment, don't just be drink bleach, kill yourself. Don't just be the generic 10-year-old that I talked about in the video. Leave your comment into why you like the game, you know, why you like the fandom. I'm struggling to see why anybody could like these games. I mean, I grew up in the era of these point-and-click adventures with jump scares, which, much like Night Trap, I constantly refer to Five Nights at Freddy's like Night Trap. Yeah, so, you know, if you're going to leave a dislike, obviously, just don't be the 10-year-old that I talk about in the video. Don't be the 12-year-old shitbag that just leaves the drink bleach. Actually tell me why you like it. Let's get a conversation going. Why do you like this game? What are you seeing in it that I'm not? Because I'm seeing unfinished games. I'm seeing a very talented man throwing his talent away just to make these shitty games when he could do so much better. Even if it was a Five Nights game, you know, I say I don't want any more Five Nights games, but I don't want any more because they're the same. If he did a full-on, proper, real Five Nights game, like a 3D one, like The Joy of Creation, and someone sat him down, and it was a real game, not just a shitty point-and-click every few months, but a real game that was like, you know, I don't know, 20 hours long. That's about Shantae. You know, 20 hours long, a proper Amnesia: The Dark Descent, you know, because you could easily... if Paladins can reskin Overwatch and become popular, you could easily reskin Amnesia and have yourself hiding in cupboards and shit from the animatronics. So if you sat him down and made a proper real Five Nights at Freddy's game, full 3D, you're walking around that pizzeria, you're hiding in fridges, under desks, on the stage, and it took him a year to make it like Amnesia did, you know, a full-on year, not just a point-and-click adventure that comes out every 2 months, but a proper full year of real work, and it was like a good FNAF, I'd praise it to the heavens. I would praise it to the heavens, even if it is more Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, it's more Five Nights at Freddy's, it's oversaturated, but you didn't just throw out a point-and-click adventure, you actually sat down. So all of that negativity that you're building up has gone away. So yeah, I'm going to upload this. This is 8 minutes, and the review that you will probably be about to watch, because I'm going to put this up first now. The review is 40 minutes long. I do have the footage in there, and if you wanted to know the answer, well, I'll leave that on a cliffhanger. So throughout the video, I'm going to change this to a little podcast type thing, but throughout the Five Nights video, you will see, and I've just talked about, a clip where there's 4 question mark blocks, and I'm using someone's footage. It might be my own, I'm not going to spoil that, but I'm using someone's footage to show how generic it is. Like, it doesn't matter whose footage it is. It could have been Markiplier's, it could have been Razbowski's, it could have been Jacksepticeye's, it could have been my own, it could have been the little duck who has only got 10,000 subscribers. It could have been anyone. It might not have been any of the 4 people I've mentioned. It might not even be myself. It might be a completely and totally sixth tiny YouTuber with 1,000 subscribers. If you can guess it right, then kudos to you, but I'm going to leave it a mystery because I want to kind of demonstrate how generic it is. Like, no playthrough is different, and with all of the random elements on the keypad, like exotic butters, it feels like it should have been randomised and it should have been your own experience, but it wasn't. So I just wanted to show how generic it is, and it doesn't matter whose footage I used, whether it was my own or a higher profile YouTuber or even someone on the same page as me with 2,000 subscribers. Doesn't matter who I used, because it all looks the same. It's all generic. As I say, if you can guess, kudos. But yeah, so this is going to go up right now, and the thing's going to go up straight after. So watch this first, then go watch that, because this is kind of me real talking you that I don't particularly hate Scott and I don't particularly hate the fandom, but his actions and other people's actions do make me like, you're wasting your talent, man. You're throwing it down the drain. And I know you're talented. I've played through The Desolate Hope, and honestly, I think I would play that for the channel. If I got enough support, I would probably play The Desolate Hope for the channel, just to show how talented you actually are. And you're throwing it away, and it saddens me and it disappoints me, and that's why it does get the score that it does. But anyway, that's kind of like a 10-minute intro. So for anybody watching, if you want to dislike the video, if you're going to go and dislike the video, then by all means, I definitely say go and dislike the video. But don't just leave a drink bleach comment. Please go and tell your reasons why you like this game so much. What is drawing you to Scott's subpar work when even you yourself know that he can do better. And then the last thing before I wrap up is the art. You're going to see a piece of art, and it's a fantastic piece of art, and this is what I also enjoy about the Five Nights fandom. They do some very creative, very beautiful pieces of art that will be shown off, and I do want to do this more. Like, this is a Windows Movie Maker thing, you know. I've still only got Movie Maker. I want to talk about that more in a different video. Like, Imaginators is going up, and that will be the very last Movie Maker before we've got everything fixed and we've got the new program. It's just those two edited in there. But, you know, throughout the video, you are going to see a piece of FNAF art, which is by Nami Gaia on DeviantArt. In the description below, I have linked her DeviantArt. I will be also linking it in the review. She's a very fantastic artist. She does, let me just click her gallery here. She does My Little Pony art. She does FNAF art. She does realistic interpretations of herself, which I can see here. So she does realistic portraits. She does Steven Universe, We Bare Bears. She has got The Amazing World of Gumball. She has got a lot of different arts from a lot of different series. Crash and Spyro I can see there. Oh my word, I didn't actually look at it all, but that is some very nice Crash and Spyro art. I might have to commission this girl for an end slate, but yeah, she is a very talented artist, and I would like you all to go check her out, give her your support, give her your love. Right now, she stands at 3,000 watchers. She deserves more than 3,000, and as I say, I want to do this more on other reviews. I want to like get someone's artwork and try and promote them. Like, I'm just going to find a random piece of art of that particular game off Google, not just the generic box art anymore, but an actual nice piece of art like the one you're seeing on screen. Go to that person's DeviantArt and say, you know, this person did a nice piece, you should go support her. So yeah, that's that. But thank you all for listening to this kind of real talk podcasty bit, and enjoy the FNAF review, although I know we're probably gonna have some disagreements, but that's what a review is for. So if you dislike it, then I fully accept that. But again, just don't leave a generic drink bleach comment. Give me reasons why you're enjoying his subpar work, because I can't see it. I don't understand why.